Rio Ngumoha is going to be the next brightest star at Liverpool. We've just had Conor Bradley come up through the youth ranks and finally settle himself into the first team for a couple of seasons now. And Rio is the next to do so, because I feel like this kid can make a proper career at Liverpool. And he's 16. Like his football ability is insane. Like I listen. From what I've seen of him in pre-season, he looks like a top talent. Obviously, we're not just gonna start playing him in Champions League games and Prem games. Like, we're not just gonna start playing him off the bat, are we? Like, it's gonna take a while. He might play in the youth setup for like one more season, and then we start trying to get him into like competitive games. But from what I've seen of him in pre-season, I think he's ready for that, to be honest. I think he's ready for that. Maybe not a regular, maybe like, first backup behind Gakpo. Obviously, we've just sold Lucho to Bayern. It feels weird calling him Lucho, seeing he's not at the club anymore. But we've just sold Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich, so we do need that bit of backup in the left wing area. I mean, I feel like before getting that replacement, we do need a CB before we do get a left wing replacement. And obviously we've got Gakpo, so it's not too bad. He scored 2 goals today against Athletic Club. So, we've got Gakpo, and I think Rio will probably be like, is he a long-term Luis Diaz replacement? I don't know. I think, we've got 3 areas that we're looking to improve upon. We've got left winger, which we've been in for Rodrigo from Real Madrid this summer, which I don't think will happen. Alexander Isak has obviously been hot on the list of Liverpool for a striker. Will that happen? I don't know. It's looking likely, but I'd rather fork out 40-50 million for a CB this summer. I'd love to have Isak in the team, but if it means we can't get a CB, I'd rather fork out 40-50 million for a CB, like maybe like Mark Gahey. Plus, we already do have a striker, so I feel like getting another striker for 100, and it's going to take us at least 140-50 million pounds to sign Isak. So I don't think that much money is necessary, since we have literally just signed a striker. And, Ekitike is a big young talent, and, I can't wait to see him playing for us. I genuinely can't wait to see him playing for us in, like, the Premier League. Obviously, he played today. He's still yet to score for us, but, he's not just going to hit the ground running straight away. I mean, for 95 million euros, you'd kind of expect him to. But the pressure will be on him. But I think he'll do well in the Premier League. I can't lie. I think he'll do well. Obviously, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards know what they're doing. They've signed some really good players in this transfer window. So I'm assuming they've done the same with Ekitike. And he looks like a really good player. Yeah. So I went on a bit of a tangent there. Rio Ngumoha. Yeah. Will he be a long-term replacement for Luis Diaz? I mean, I think Gakpo's probably going to be the long-term replacement for Luis Diaz. I don't think we'll sign Rodrigo this summer. I think a left-winger replacement is more maybe a job for next summer or January window. And, I think we need to start finding, replacements for CB, because obviously we let Kwanzaa go earlier on this window to Leverkusen, and it looks like he's smashing it already. So we definitely need to replace Kwanzaa. There was a few defensive issues today in the second game, where we obviously still won the game 3-2, but there is still some defensive issues at the back. Obviously, we've signed some new players in Frimpong and Kirkes, but we definitely do need to see B as Konate's future is very uncertain, whether he will sign a new contract or not at Liverpool. But obviously, we've got Van Dijk, and we still got some really good players in defence. Like, it's not the worst. It could be worse, couldn't it? Like, we've got it really, really good in the grand scheme of things. Virgil van Dijk is getting older. By the time he leaves Liverpool, he'll probably be 34 or 35, maybe even 36. So we need to start, preparing for the future. I think Mark Gahey's probably our best option. I've seen shouts for Nathan Collins, but he has just become captain at Brentford, so it'd be ridiculous to sign Nathan Collins after just becoming the captain of Brentford. And yeah, from what I saw from Rio Ngumoha today, wow, he's a sensational talent. He is a sensational talent. He scored a wonder goal within a minute. He is the next big thing. Trainioni, I'm not quite sold on him yet. The reason why is because we haven't seen a huge load of him in a Liverpool shirt. And I'm just not really sold on him yet, if I'm completely honest with you. I think Rio Ngumoha is definitely someone for the future. And I hope Arne Slot doesn't just send him on loan. Pardon me. I hope Arne Slot doesn't just send him on loans and then just ended up selling him, because I'd love to see Rio have his part in the first team and play competitive football, because just playing in the PL2 team all the time isn't competitive football, is it? So I'd love to see him playing in some Premier League games this season, and I'd love to get him involved in maybe even some Champions League games. Maybe it depends who we get. I can't see him playing in the most competitive games like Man City, United, Merseyside derbies. I can see him playing in the games against Sunderland. I can definitely see that. Maybe cup games if we get, I don't know, maybe a Hull City or a Sheffield United. Or maybe even I don't know, maybe in the third round of the FA Cup or like the third round of the League Cup. Depends who we get. If we get like a Championship, like a Hull City, even maybe a Leeds United, or a Sheffield United, I can definitely see us playing him in the cup games. And just to ease him in maybe with those cup games, because we're not, after the League Cup first round and the second round, we're not far off the third round of the League Cup. Obviously, we still haven't played the first round of the League Cup yet, so there's still quite a long time till the third round of the League Cup. Obviously, there's a long time off the FA Cup third round, but yeah, I have noticed Rio Ngumoha. I keep wanting to call him Rio Ferdinand, and I hate that. I keep wanting to call him Rio Ferdinand, and I hate trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that, but I hate nearly calling him that, because obviously Rio Ferdinand's a Red Devil. And yeah, Rio Ngumoha, he looks insane. He looks absolutely insane. I cannot wait for him to start playing competitive football. Maybe even if we're smashing the Champions League stage like we were last season, and the end game is I don't know, maybe someone like Villarreal. I don't even know if they're in the Champions League this season. I don't think they are. But I don't know, maybe if we get someone like a Copenhagen, or I don't know, maybe a Slovan Bratislava, maybe if we get a team like them, or maybe Young Boys, like at the end of the Champions League stage, maybe we play him, if we're smashing the Champions League, maybe we'll play him in the last game of the league stage. But I think we settle him in by maybe bringing him on as a sub, and then if he gets better, like I don't think he'll start over Gakpo much. I don't think maybe one loan spell might help him out, just to get first team football. But we have seen this before with players look really, really good and then just end up getting sold. Like Fabio Carvalho, I really like the look of him at the start of last season when he was in pre-season, just like on fire. And then obviously he got sold to Brentford. I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. But I don't think he's done that much at Brentford either. So maybe we dodged a bullet, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Rio's going to be different. Obviously, Trainioni has slowly come up from the youth team. I'm still not sold on him yet. I think he will be good with time. But as of now, I'm not sold on him. Would I sell him? No, not by any means, because I think you just have to give these players time. He's young. I think he's 17 years old, something like that. So he's not that much older than Rio. He's 17 or 18 years old. Rio's only 16. Some players progress faster than others, and Rio's obviously, he's 16. Like, we look at Lamine Yamal, he's one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. One of the best young players in the world. And he's 18. He started playing professional, competitive games at 16. And Rio, Ethan Nwaneri, he played his Arsenal debut at 15. So what is stopping this kid, Rio, from, becoming a Liverpool starter, becoming a Liverpool regular? What is stopping him from doing that? Obviously everyone who loves football is a diehard football fan, dreamt of being a footballer as a youngster. When I was 8, 9, 10, I dreamt of being a footballer, but the dream never really came true. But I like watching the game more now. I like watching it more, and obviously this is what I do now. He's living my dream. Rio Ngumoha is living every 16-year-old's dream right now. He's living every 16-year-old's dream. He's older than me, born in 2008. I think he'd be 17 soon, actually. But yeah, I'm really excited to see him play more, and I think he will probably be part of Arne Slot's plans. He's played in every pre-season game we've had. I thought he would, and I think we'll play him regularly, coming off the subs bench, because we haven't got Diaz to our ammunition now. So, it would have been funny if I'd have said we haven't got Diaz to our Arsenal. It's a really bad joke. It was such a dad joke, that was. I mean, that would have worked if we played Arsenal, but we didn't. We played Athletic Club. But yeah, we won both games today. I mean, it's Athletic Club and it's a pre-season friendly. No discredit to Athletic Club, but it's Liverpool, and we've got a really, really good team, and we're going to be probably winning the Premier League title again next season. I'm not trying to, count my chickens too early there, but I just think that's what's going to happen. We're going to absolutely piss it. But yeah, if we're not going to piss it, that's just not what's going to happen. I think we'll win it, but not easily. I think we'll have a few challenges. But if you enjoyed the video, as always, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, please turn your post notifications on. Shall I start that again? That is the end of the video. As always, like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and I will see you lot in the next one. I'll see you lovely lot in the next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves as always, and peace out. See ya in the next one.